Hey there friends, welcome to another edition of What the Heck is the ATF Doing and What the Heck is the ATF Thinking? First of all, I want to thank John Patton from the Gun Collective for getting this information out there. He's the one that forwarded this and I'm grateful to him for doing that. This is a letter from UTM, Ultimate Training Munitions. If you don't know of them, it's like a sim round. You can get marker rounds, you can get non-marking rounds. This is awesome training ammunition. You can get a conversion kit that will convert your existing Glock or AR-15 that will utilize this exact same simunition round, and you can do some training. Of course, there's a cost involved in that, but nevertheless, you are being able to get more of a real world type training effect, if you will. You're going to have that adrenaline dump, that burst of anxiety that's going to hit you while you're doing this, because now you have somebody shooting back at you. Is it going to kill you? No. Is it going to sting? Maybe hurt? Yeah, probably so. So there's a little bit of a threat involved, and you're probably a little bit more in a real world type scenario than shooting at paper targets. I've always liked this. If you've never experienced one of UTM's shoot house type situations, you should do it. You owe it to yourself to try this because it's absolutely fun and it is way more real world than most stuff you've ever done. I was able to do this at, believe it or not, a Sig Sauer range day over in Las Vegas a couple of years ago, and UTM was the one that was helping put this on, and it was absolutely incredible. Again, the conversion kits you can do for your guns are pretty cool also. The issue at hand here is that UTM received notification from the ATF that prompted them to send this letter out to their dealers. Ultimate Training Munitions has been the leading provider of non-lethal training ammunition, and it goes on to describe a little bit about the company. Many of our products, including ammunition and conversions, are made in our state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in the United Kingdom and imported to the U.S. for delivery to our broad customer here. Recently, we have been notified that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms has limited the import and delivery of our non-lethal training ammunition to military and law enforcement customers only. Unfortunately, the consequence of this is that we are currently only able to import our training products for these customers and not any other customers or markets. Now, I'm doing a little bit of side research on this very topic as we speak. Didn't have all of my research ready for this video, but I do want to share a little bit with you my thoughts and where I think this is going. If you notice, this is involving importation. My guess is if this were being done locally, all of these simunitions or these types of rounds that they use were being used stateside, or excuse me, being manufactured stateside, it might not apply at this time. Now, why does this matter? Well, it matters because this affects training. You notice how they're perfectly okay with law enforcement and military receiving their rounds to continue on with their training. These people know that these rounds are harmless. Unless you shot somebody in the eyeball, there's not much harm in using UTM's rounds. So the only benefit of a round is training. And from the federal government standpoint, the only threat of anybody using a UTM round is that they're better trained. In other words, you can have all the UTM rounds you want. You ain't taking over a city. You're not robbing a bank. You're not killing anybody. You're not shooting people to harass them and hurt them. The only thing they're good for is training a subset of people out there who require and wish for that type of training. Other than that, there is no threat. There's no reason to limit, whether it's for importation or for whatever reason. There's no reason to limit these types of rounds. Again, they are harmless rounds. All they can do is sharpen skills. Otherwise, you tell me why the ATF would have a problem with this. Now, I contacted a couple of people in the industry who deal with this, specifically the UTM rounds. And one of them was kind enough to tell me, and I'm not going to mention his name here because I don't want him getting any blowback, but one of them was kind enough to tell me that for over a year now, the ATF has been requiring UTM to supply them with a list of individuals who they are selling these UTM simunition type rounds for, these training rounds. Not law enforcement, not military, the quote civilians who are purchasing these things, whether in bulk or otherwise, the ATF is requiring that they get a list of these. Now, whether or not they're supplying that list, I don't know. I'm not trying to start that whole brush fire. I'm just telling you that the ATF has been seeking that for at least a year now. I don't, again, see any reason why the ATF would care. What does the ATF think they are stopping? What are they preventing? What are they accomplishing by limiting the use of these rounds by civilians? And I say civilians in quotes because I hate that term, because they put themselves above the average every old guy just like me and you. Law enforcement, military are supposed to be better people. They can get whatever guns they want, whatever rounds, obviously, whatever ammunition type rounds they want. But us old civilians, the lowly old peasants, we don't get whatever we want. Something is afoot here. And let me tell you this as a precursor to one of my next videos. I started doing some digging on this topic. You talk about a hornet's nest of stuff that I have found. Stay tuned for some other videos next couple days, next week maybe, of some of the stuff that I've found. And I don't know when I'm going to put that video out because I'm uncovering so much right now. I'm like, really? This is stuff that no one ever expects us to run across. And I ran across it by researching this particular topic. Guys, if you don't mind, please share the videos. I have watched my subscriber rate plummet over the last couple of weeks. I've been taking screenshots of all of my subscribers. I have the same amount of views, which is a high number of views, a lot of traffic on my YouTube channel, tons of traffic in fact, high level of views, shares, all that kinds of stuff. However, my subscriber rate is either going down or staying the same over the course of weeks. Remember, I was averaging anywhere between 2,000 and 5,000 new subscribers a day with this same traffic. And now I'm staying the same or losing. YouTube is playing games. The only way you guys can help me is if please like the video. That boosts the algorithm. Sharing the video obviously helps on your Facebook, Twitter, and all other outlets like that. And of course, subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that whenever a video comes out that I put up, you guys get a notification for it. Any help is appreciated, guys. I really appreciate you all.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
He's so horrible.